This is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Looks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Boatman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Girard Sports Live here in Fort Scott, presented by Crawcan. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. I'm Drake Miller here, joined by Caleb Humble, taking you along for the ride tonight as the Baxter Springs, I don't know why I said that, Fort Scott Tigers host the Girard Trojans. And as we take a look around at the area matchups, before we get into the pregame, those are brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing and can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. Caleb, we don't have any matches tonight for the CNC, but a lot of action tomorrow, and you can even tell us who Girard will be facing tomorrow after this makeup game, but give us what you can expect for tomorrow's action in the CNC.
Yep, and so first we'll just start with a game that was supposed to be played tonight, and that was Colgan going up against Frontenac, but it appears that that game may have been canceled. And so looking at tomorrow, we have Riverton matching up against Caney Valley. Columbus is going up against Galena. And then our matchup for tomorrow night will be Baxter going up against your home team, the Girard Trojans, and that will be in Baxter. And so those will all be tomorrow, February 20th.
And as we cover those area matchups, we'll go ahead and send it into the pregame show, which is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And Caleb, this Girard girls team had a bit of a rocky section of their season coming out of that break, and then they really started to ignite here late in the season, taking down Riverton, taking down Frontenac as well. 2 big-time victories for this Trojan girls team, and now booting up against another pretty good team in the Fort Scott Tigers.
Yeah, and I mean, just another team to look at. I was trying to see if I can get Fort Scott's standings and their rankings, but I don't believe that this Fort Scott team will be too much of an issue, just facing off against some of those more competitive teams with both Riverton, Frontenac, and so just some of those tougher games, and just this will add on to that stretch of tough games. This girls team has shown that they're able to compete, and I mean, a lot of these games recently haven't been too close for the Trojans, and so definitely there's room for improvement, but definitely just doing incredible on the season. And so it'll be interesting to see how they will face off against this Fort Scott school, with them being maybe one of those bigger schools that you almost mark down on the calendar, just worrying knowing that they do have that advantage in the class size.
Yeah, and as we said, playing against this Tigers team tonight, who is currently 12-6 on the season. So a pretty solid record that they're holding up right now. They will go on to face Pittsburgh High after tonight, tomorrow night, and then at Field Kinley and hosting Independence for their senior night on the 27th, whereas Girard will go on to face Baxter Springs, and then it's just Colgan. And that is all that this team has in store for the regular season, and it's pretty well on to the postseason at that point. So this is the time for this Trojan team to really make the finishing touches of whatever they need to really start to hammer down on and make sure that they have covered completely to 100%. This is the time to get it done.
Yep, and looking forward into kind of that postseason era, I was looking at the standings for the West Franklin region, that sub-state bracket that this Trojan team will be playing in. And as of right now, these Trojan girls are ranked 6th in the bracket, but some of those other CNC teams that we had talked about with Riverton and Frontenac has the same record of 14-5, and Riverton is 15-5. And so very easily, with a couple more wins for tonight and tomorrow night, this Trojan team could easily be 4th in this West Franklin region. And so just definitely one of those more competitive teams, and this is a very competitive region for the Trojans to be playing in. And so definitely a lot of good basketball to come in the sub-state bracket play.
Well, not to mention, you just talked about the fact that Frontenac-Colgan game got canceled. I don't know if that's going to be rescheduled or not, but right now, if you are Girard, you're kind of under the impression that this game may not be rescheduled. They may just have to go with a draw, and that opens it up against Frontenac, saying that if you win here tonight, you take their spot in the region and in the CNC as well. So that just kind of bumps up your expectations for them tonight a little bit more, but not to put too much pressure on them. We will go ahead and step aside for a moment for the national anthem, and we will be right back for the opening tip as well as starters.
The national anthem will be performed tonight by Fort Scott High School sophomore Gianna Gorman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And we are back. We will go ahead and start off with the starters for Fort Scott, and then we'll bring it over to Girard, starting with the Tigers. You have number 1, the 5'6" senior Rayleigh Cohen. Number 2, the 5'6" senior Abby Gorman. Number 20, the 5'9" senior Claire McElroy. number 24, the 5'9 senior Aubrey Yarick, and number 25, the 5'9 senior J.C. Rogers. So a pretty well starting lineup full of seniors here for this Tigers team, as they will more than likely have their hands full after this season.
And looking at your Girard side of things, it will start off with number 10, a 5'9 junior, Marley Sisney. Number 12, a 5'9 junior, Kennedy Keller. Number 14, a 5'10 senior, Maddie Kester. Number 22, a 5'6 junior, Carson Oran. And rounding it out is number 23, a 5'10 senior, Erica Boatman.
Those starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll need at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carlos Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. And that just about brings us to the opening tip-off. Getting set out there for both of these squads of 5. The opening tip is brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Both teams take to the huddle. Any final comments on this game, Caleb, before we get this underway?
Just looking at it, I think this game will be big for both of these teams, especially for the Girard team, if they can get that win and move up and possibly get a better seed in that sub-state bracket. And so it'll be interesting to see if this Girard team can keep their hot streak alive and keep winning these games.
Keeping the hot streak alive, big importance coming down this home stretch. McElroy and Kester out there for the opening tip. Ooh, Kester and Keller get tangled up there early, and now Oran drawing up the offense as Girard starts with the ball. 7:50 on the clock. Boatman drives off the glass and in for 2. Another opening statement from this Girard team.
And we've seen it before that this Girard team can get off and go scoring pretty early on and just grow that lead. And so that'll be big in this game if they can just get a lead early and keep going with it.
Working it around to the opposite side. Here's Cohen up top. Trying to work to the elbow, over to McElroy. Gorman now trying to find a lane to the inside. And buzzer sounds, shot clock violation as 2 girls hit the deck. That was Kennedy Keller and Rayleigh Cohen fighting for that ball at the end. A great offensive possession followed by a great defensive possession. Inside to Kester, loose ball into the hands of McElroy. As this one's passed down the court, Gorman gets it over to Rogers, and it's swatted by Boatman. Oran trying to speed up the tempo. Works it back out to Sisney. Boatman hands off, and now around all the way to Oran. Back up top to Sisney, who drives through the physicality and gets another 2.
So far, the Trojans have done a great job of getting inside and being physical, and this might be a big part of this game of which team is more physical coming down to the wire.
Gorman over to Cohen. This one's poked out by Keller. Keller with a clean steal. Now looking inside, her pass blocked, picked up by Kester, who steps to the paint and will get called for a travel. Gorman takes it down the floor for the Tigers. She's going to pull up from range and drill it. Very weird from that Trojans defense to not pick that up, and at least play over to the side on it. Boatman gets the dish down low. She's fouled and will be headed to the line. This one goes against Claire McElroy.
Charge to number 20, Claire McElroy, the first personal foul, first team foul charge. To the Tigers, at the line, Erica Boatman shooting 2.
Boatman knocks down the first. And the second just can't find the bottom of the bucket. Back the other way. Cohen gives off and now back around as Gorman fires from deep downtown. Can't get it to go off the back iron. Orand down the floor to Keller. Keeps it alive. Boatman now played closely by Cohen. Orand fires for the triple. It can't go, rattles off the rim. Deep ball down the floor to Yarrick. And out of bounds. Off of Girard. As Mooneyham comes in for Sisney. And the inbound over the head for Rogers, who ties this one up at 5 apiece. Another steal here, this time from Yarrick. And that one's poked away by Orand to try and get the possession back. This one inside. McElroy takes the short 2. Can't get it. Rebound Keller. Down the floor to Orand. Back out Kester. And another walk called on Maddie Kester. Struggling with that extra step. Cohen trying to knife her way inside, back out to Gorman, and then back inside. Yarrick going up against Boatman, and this one is tipped out of bounds. Off of Girard is what they'll say, keeping it here with the Tigers. 3:56 on the clock, 33 seconds on shot clock. McElroy dishes it inside to Yarrick. This one poked out again, a great block. And Boatman fighting for the ball, draws a foul in the process.
And I mean, the Trojans have played a clean game. They have 3 blocks already with about 4 minutes into this game. I mean, just incredible defense down low. I think the one thing on the defensive side of things that you would like to see going forward is just making sure that Fort Scott's not getting open opportunities at the rim.
This one worked to Kester. She'll be fouled underneath the rim and headed to the line for 2. This will be the second set of free throws for the Trojans. First one ended up 1 for 2 from Erica Boatman as Kester barely misses on the first. Trying to break the tie here. Kester's second does not go either. And now we get our first foul called against the Trojans. That'll be Erica Boatman called for the first. Down the floor, here's a 3-shot from the new face Lorelei Clark as they get it out to Gorman, and Gorman drops in a 2. I will tell you what, Caleb, Lorelei Clark, one of those players that she comes off the bench, but she is a sharp shooter Watched her play against Lewisburg not too long ago, and she was lights out from just about everywhere on the floor.
And I mean, that's one of the players that you always wish to have coming off the bench, just someone that can shoot the ball and kind of bring a little bit of energy to a team. And I think for the Trojans, Augie Mooneyham will genuinely or normally do an incredible job of that. Gonna talk for a little bit.
Back out to Oran for the triple. Can't go. It's rebounded by Mooneyham, who takes back to the glass. Can't get it to go. Keller's try. She got stepped on. Bit of a tweak in the ankle there, and we will have a timeout called as Marley Sisney will replace Maddie Kester. And Rayleigh Cowan replaces Aubrey Yarrick. Try the download pass to Clark. That one off the mark from Rogers. 2:11 on the clock. A very low scoring game so far, but this has kind of been the formula for Girard this season, just keeping it low for the first quarter and then kind of catching their opponents off guard throughout the next three.
And we've seen this team where they might not score as many in the first, but then the second is where it really takes off, and that's whenever teams are just caught by surprise.
Mooneyham trying to work down the floor. Oran now. Keller back to Oran, across to Mooneyham. Sisney wanted the three. Work it back around. Mooneyham will take it and cash in.
And that is her spot on the floor.
100%. If there's one spot you don't want Mooneyham shooting from if you're an opponent, that's that one right there.
And I mean, she had kind of been lurking over there for a couple other possessions, and so I was honestly wondering when it would come that she had that open shot from three.
McElroy, long two, won't go. Rebound Mooneyham. As Oran takes it down the floor inside of 60 seconds. Boatman pulls up from the paint. Can't go. Keller kicks out. Oran for the triple. Too far. This one, whoa.
I mean, that foul, it looks like it was on Marley Sisney. Did they call her for an over the back, maybe?
I didn't catch exactly what the call was, if it was a push or an over the back, but
I didn't see much contact either way.
Gorman over to Cohen. Clark back to Cohen, and now Gorman. Back across. Lorelei Clark looking to drive. Kicks out. Gorman for the three, and she gets it. Sisney gets the call for the inbound. Got to get it across midcourt. And this one taken away by the Tigers. Big time turnover. 6 seconds. Clark fires. Can't get it. This one tipped all the way back to midcourt as Mooneyham obstructs the gather. And that will be it for the first quarter. 10-8 is the score after a flurry of threes there at the end of the first. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Starters on the floor here for Girard to start the second quarter. As Fort Scott has a couple of changes, Kipton Hunziker takes the floor in place of J.C. Rogers. Oran will get fouled by Clark on her way into the paint, and that will be her first. 2 for Oran.
Carson Oran at the line, shooting 2.
Oran's first connects. And the second, good to go. Cowan over to Clark. Gorman back to the top with Cohen. Gorman now tries to stutter step around Kester.
Just 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Cohen takes the three, it's short. Can't get it to fall, and foul called against Kipton Hunziker, which, not to play devil's advocate here, but that one kind of looked like a jump ball to me.
I mean, we've seen a lot sooner jump ball calls than that, so it always goes both ways.
Oran tries to hand off to Kester, works inside, just off the rim, no go. As Gorman takes it across midcourt. Gives off to Clark. Clark over to Gorman for the three, that won't go. Keller now with the rebound down the floor with Oran, setting up the offense once again. A lot of long-range shots here from the Trojans, and we're gonna see another. Kester off the glass, won't go. And Gorman with the rebound after that.
So something that you'd like to see from the Trojans is maybe working down low into the paint, and that's where they got their first 2 or 3 buckets. I mean, they almost seemed like easy shots, just going up, in and up, or up and in. But for Coach Herlocker, that might be something that you tell these girls, just try to work it down low where you have some of that physicality and see what happens from there.
Other thing is you've got your 2 senior post players in the game. Got to be reeling in a couple more rebounds defensively and offensively. I think defensively they're doing great on rebounds. Offensively, I feel like you've got the height difference. Should be pretty standard procedure for them. Way off the mark from that three, off the hands of Hunziker. Boatman trying to work it around the perimeter, draws another foul. Hunziker credited with her second.
Looks like into the game will come Mooneyham, and I believe Sisney will take a seat.
I haven't seen anybody check in outside of Augie Mooneyham.
There was that short span of time for about maybe a minute where both Trezona and Black were in, but
that's right.
They were quickly taken out.
Well, a great reverse layup from Boatman to separate the two. Rogers out to Cohen. That one's blocked by Boatman. The height difference and really the strength difference showing here in the paint on the left side of the floor. And over the head of Boatman, that was last touched by the Tigers. As Oran gets it in, Boatman gets fouled and will be headed to the line.
So quite a bit of fouls from the Tigers in this quarter alone, with that being the fourth. So next foul will send the Trojans to the line with about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in this quarter. So definitely a possibility for points from the line.
Yeah, a lot of physicality from this Fort Scott team and not really answering on the offensive either. As Sisney comes back in for Kester. Gorman going to take it down the floor for Fort Scott. As the Tigers work the outside. Cohen looking inside, has to keep it around the arc. Now Cohen's pass inside is tipped away. A collective effort of Keller, Sisney, Orand, and I think everybody on the floor pretty well collapsed on that pass.
And I mean, that's something this Trojan team is so great about doing, of just getting to the ball whenever there's a loose ball or just trying to get any opportunity to take it away.
Flip it down the floor. Keller takes the first try. That won't work, but the second does. And we have a timeout called by the Tigers. Head coach Pachon steps. And we will be right back after this on Girard Sports Live.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron.
And we're back. Fort Scott working the ball on the outside. McElroy gets it in and back out to Gorman as it's peeled away by Sisney. Keller gives off. Boatman, her pass deflected. Hands it back off to Sisney after recollecting. And Sisney will fight her way inside and draw a foul.
And that will be that fifth foul that will now send the Trojans to the line in bonus for the rest of this quarter.
McElroy credited with the foul there. Sisney drops in her first.
Looks like Maddie Kessler will come back in and Mooneyham will take a seat.
Sisney goes 2 for 2 from the line, and now 18-10 is the score. Under 3:30 to go here in the first half. Gorman working against a 2-3 zone here from the Trojans, and foul called on Keller as she tried to jump the pass. Inbound, gets to Rogers, and her shot, I believe, was tipped by Orand. Ends up short. Sisney resets with Orand at the top. Kester, pass inside to Boatman, who takes it from the foul stripe. Won't go, rebound, the new face, Lillian Jackson. Clark out to Cohen, back out to Clark, and across to Gorman. Rogers takes the two. Great ball movement there from the Tigers. I'm sure they'd like to see more of that in the coming possessions. Collision down low as Kester lost the ball. Saw a little bit of physicality, and she's kind of shaking her head. I think Kester certainly wanted a foul there, and so did the Girard fans.
I think Coach was down talking to the ref, trying to get a little bit of a case put together, trying to plead his case, but I just think it was one of those unfortunate collisions.
Clark trying to drive the paint. Can't find a lane. They have to work it back out to Gorman.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
And this one is called a jump ball. I was looking for the signal, and I was looking at the wrong official. Jump ball there. Great job by Erica Boatman and company to jump on that one and take it out of the hands of Jackson. Orand takes for another three. That one doesn't connect either. Clark now down the floor with Cohen. Gorman in the corner, back up top to Clark, who takes a three, just short. Rebound, Orand. Down the floor to Boatman. Back out and around. Sisney for the triple. Just short on that try. Rebound Jackson inside of 60. We go. Gorman almost misses on that pass. Clark and Cohen now working the points. Clark in the corner, 8 seconds on the shot clock. That was a great find from Orand, knocking that out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock remaining. Clark, 4 seconds, has to pull the trigger, can't get it to fall. It's off the rim and into the hands of Sisney. Orand now down the floor with 20 and counting. Kester trying to work her way inside, off the glass and in. Back up to an 8-point lead. Cohen over to Gorman, 9 seconds. Down low to Rogers, her shot blocked by Boatman. Kester gonna take it to midcourt. Chuck up a three, and very close call there from Maddie Kester, as that will end the first half. 20-12 is the score. We will take a break and be right back with the halftime show presented by GN Bank. Stay tuned.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Or can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
All right. And we're back on the halftime show presented by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. And as we take a look back at the first half, Kenara Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kenara Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KenaraEyeCare.com. Caleb, it's been a very Girard-focused first half. I mean, they were down by 3 going into the second quarter, but certainly a lot of bright spots, and really most of the points from Fort Scott came off of some pretty silly turnovers. Girard cleaned those up in the second quarter, and now we see the score, 8-point gap. I was trying to think of Fort Scott. They only scored 2 points in that second quarter.
Yeah, and I think that's where this Trojan team starts to shock teams, is that being down by 2 and then being up by now 8 is just that second half part of this Girard basketball team of this team wasn't, or this Fort Scott team wasn't really expecting it, and that's whenever this girls team was able to really put on this lead, and now you have a sizable lead going into the second half of this game, and so that's where this Girard team has found success of making their opponents trail at halftime, and that's whenever they're able to kind of keep it going in the third quarter and then finish things out in the fourth. And so for the Trojan team, I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you can limit those turnovers that are, I mean, you can say unnecessary, and then just making sure that you continue to get good looks. And I'd said it before, but the big thing that I would like to see out of this team in the second half is just maybe getting some of that scoring down low, and that's where they found a lot of success in the second quarter, was down in the paint compared to maybe some of the threes that maybe aren't as falling like they normally do tonight. And so trying to change up where you're scoring from might be big for the Trojan team going into the second half.
Yeah, and then just looking at some of the scoring so far, the spread across the Trojans Right now, Erica Boatman sitting at a solid 7 points. Marley Sisney at 4. And then everybody else sitting at 2s except for Augie Mooneyham with 3. Briley Black and Callie Trezona both scoreless with very limited time tonight, which is, I mean, this is a real testament to Coach Urlacher and his style and ability to actively coach these teams going into games knowing exactly what he needs on the floor, because we saw against Frontenac, Callie Trezona getting an extensive amount of minutes, Augie Mooneyham and Briley Black not really getting a ton. You know, they came in at a couple of points in the game, shot a couple of balls, didn't really get any points though, and then that was their wrap for the night. Now we see Augie Mooneyham coming in, kind of taking up that guard position, and Briley Black and Callie Trezona not getting a lot of minutes tonight, which this is beyond me, because I don't know what he's seeing that is showing that he needs such a excess of guards on the court, but it's working. And you can't really argue with the fact that Coach Urlacher and his methods seem to be working.
And I think the big thing tonight is just that, I mean, you got to kind of get ready for those playoff times, and it seems like every basketball team that I can think of, once it gets to playoffs, that's whenever you kind of start limiting some of those bench players' minutes and kind of getting it to where your starters are playing a little bit more of those crucial minutes in games. And so I think the big thing is just if Coach Urlacher has seen something where he might need an extra guard on the floor and not maybe someone down in the paint to get those rebounds. And tonight we've seen it that both Kester and Boatman have done a great job of getting those rebounds. That's what this team needs. And so just a great part of this Trojan team is knowing that you have the people that can do what you need at any given night. And so you might have one night where it's rebounding, one night where it's three-point shooting. And so being able to have those girls with those kind of specialty parts of their games is going to be big going into this sub-state tournament.
Yeah, well, with that, we will go ahead and send it to one more break here after acknowledging that those halftime stats were brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt is heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving, specializing in septic systems, waterline, install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. B&B Excavating. Call 620-724-2735. We'll be right back after this on Girard Sports Live.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
Something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
The Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack.
And we're back here in Fort Scott. Tigers starting it off with the ball to begin this second half, and a quick turnover right back into gear for the Trojans. And a foul called as Keller was attacking the backboard.
Tiger foul. Sharks number 1, Raven Cowan. Her first personal foul, first team foul.
So for the Trojans, almost a identical start to the start of this game, where you have a quick turnover and then chance at points.
Very uncharacteristic miss from Kennedy Keller, who's a range shooter, one of those ladies that can really shoot from all over the floor, showing off that ability on the second try, but was hearing it from that student section after the first. Cohen drives in, takes a mid-range two, doesn't fall, and now Kester with the rebound. Orand. Back out, Kester gives off to Boatman. Ooh. McElroy hits the deck. Boatman fires from mid-range. Keller gets fouled again, and will be shooting another 2 free throws.
So this Fort Scott team, I think the biggest thing for them is just the amount of fouls that you're committing on this Girard team. Of just, we're not even a minute into this third quarter, and this Tigers team, they have 2 fouls already. Just quick fouls that have led this Trojan team to the line.
Well, not only that, you're getting this team into bonus quickly in quarters, at least in the second. And as well as that, you're giving them free opportunity here at the line. They're going to take a timeout, as we will use this moment to talk about our timeout sponsor of tonight, which is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Player Health Alliance and Live Low Crawford County, reminding you to know your limits when gambling and know when the game is playing you. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-426-2537 for free assistance. Coming down the floor for Abby Gorman. Fort Scott still scoreless outside of 2 points across these last 2 quarters. Scoreless so far here in the third, as McElroy looks to change that, and she does.
You had to say something, Drake, just.
I did. Gotta call it how it is, man. Kester tries to drive inside, catches some contact, can't get the 2 to go, and travel called underneath on Rayleigh Cohen.
Without that travel, that would have been Erica's 5th block of the game, and so just a big game down low on the defensive side of things.
Bowman's been all over the floor, especially on that baseline. Working underneath and defensively, offensively. The leading scorer right now for the Trojans.
So just another foul.
That'll be the 3rd against Yarick as well, so something to keep an eye on for her, as she is on a bit of a fast pace. McElroy gives it off to Rogers. Back over, guarded by Orand. This one tipped by 2 Tigers. Now is Gorman and Rogers. A little bit of a miscommunication between them as Kester fires and drills the 3. 27-15. Work it from Rogers, tipped by Kester. Pass was headed to Abby Gorman. Did not quite make its way to her. Yarick will check out for, I didn't quite see who came in for her. Looks like number 15, Mary Malone.
And that looks like the first foul on the Trojans, and it go against number 22, Carson Orand, but that'll just be her first foul.
They get it in, and Malone, almost another block for Erica Boatman, but that one does come down a foul. So Malone will be shooting 2. Try and bring this one back to 10. Short. Malone's second attempt, as she knocks down the second. Deep pass to Sisney, who looks for Keller down the floor, and a bit too far out of her reach. Goes out of bounds. It's those kinds of turnovers that have been to the benefit of Fort Scott. We'll see if they are able to capitalize here. Rogers leaves it short. This one tapped back out to McElroy. Back inside. Malone gets the and one.
Looks like into the game will be Augie Mooneyham, and Boatman will take a seat, and this is the first substitution in the third quarter, coming about 3 minutes in.
And a bit of an interesting stoppage there, as Keller was discussing a couple of things with 2 of the officials. Maybe trying to get some clarification or whatever, I don't know. Foul was not called on her. As J.C. Rogers collects her second personal foul, 4th team. Lorelei Clark comes back in for Rayleigh Cowan. Clark has not really lived up to the reputation that I gave her early on in this game. As Orand gets another triple.
I mean, looking at the scoring column, it looks like this is going to be one of those nights where everyone gets a little bit of the offensive action tonight.
Keller tries to reach for that loose ball, and travel called on Claire McElroy. Mooneyham works it across midcourt. Now Orand. Drawing up the offense. Mooneyham on the close side. Keller, now Kester. Spin move around and fading on the outside of the paint for an easy 2 from Maddie Kester.
It was good footwork and a good shot from Kester.
This one tipped out of the hands of Clark. Keller gets on the floor for it. Clark and Orand both fighting for it. Jump ball called.
That should be for the Trojans. So great hustle from Orand to get the Trojans another possession.
As Boatman will step back on. Inbound from Mooneyham. Gets to Boatman, and now Orand. Keller. Boatman now fighting through some attempted poke outs. This pass deflected, gives it back to Kester. Back to Orand. 12 on the shot clock. Kester. Boatman kicks out. Oran for the three. Just can't get it off the inside of the rim. And now Clark takes it down the floor. Over to Gorman. Gorman looking to drive, takes the shot and in for two. 9 points so far in this quarter for Fort Scott. 12 from the Trojans as they continue to extend.
And there's that fifth foul that'll send Kennedy Keller back to the line. So just another quarter for the Trojans. We're in the bonus with about 3 minutes left in the quarter.
Keller's first clean through the hoop is a second foul called against Clark. Keller's second does not fall. And foul called.
Looks like that foul will be on Marley Sisney, and that'll only be her second.
Sisney collecting her second. That's fourth team foul, though. So now in bonus for Fort Scott. And if you're Girard, you would like to keep that from being the case. Keller down the floor. Checks up just short of the basket, gets her own rebound. Can't get it on the first two. The third won't go either. And Oran pickpockets Clark. Takes a shot from the elbow. That won't fall. Like to see one of them here soon. Inside to Boatman from the post. That one dances before leaving. My goodness, so many close calls. Interior pass, Yarrick takes the shot and a foul called. That'll be the third foul called against Erica Boatman.
I believe she is the only Trojan that you could say is in mild foul trouble, but so far tonight, both teams have had, of course, Fort Scott's have quite a little bit more, but both teams have had fouls, and both teams have been able to distribute them pretty well to keep everyone so far out of foul trouble.
Two for two on that trip from Yarrick. As we have a 10-second violation, which will turn this ball over back to Fort Scott. Trezona comes back in for Erica Boatman.
Along with that, it looks like Briley Black will come in for Augie Mooneyham.
They're gonna check Trezona back out for.
Looks like Mooneyham will come back in, yeah.
Just trying to figure out why. Gorman, hands off. Taking to the hoop was Malone. She can't get it to fall, but the putback from Yarrick is good. 8-point lead now for the Trojans. Down the floor to Black. Back over Oran. Finds Mooneyham. Kester back out. Sisney for the trifecta.
She's got it.
Back up to over a 10-point lead. Cohen, as we reach inside of 60 seconds, trying to dribble into a driving lane, can't get it to go. Fought for between Mooneyham and Yarrick. She gets it out to Gorman, and Gorman drills the mid-range two. Mooneyham passes to Kester. who has Aubrey Yarrick on her back. And that will be Yarrick's fourth. So that will send Maddie Kester to the line. I assume Yarrick will be checking out here momentarily.
Looks like
that she will.
Kennedy Keller will come back in, and O'Rand will take a seat for the Trojans.
Kester goes 1 for 2 on that trip. Driving inside, foul called as Hunziker will be headed to the line. Hunziker's first off the back iron, no dice. Now for the second, nada. Keller, Mooneyham, back to Keller. Quick ball movement here from the Trojans. Mooneyham trying to find a passing lane, gives it off. Kester with 7 seconds. Back out, Black, and travel called. Inbound, tipped by Keller, but ends up in the hands of Malone. Foul called, and 1. That won't fall, as that will be the end of the third quarter. Kester got her third foul with that as we head into the fourth. 37-29 is the score. We'll be right back.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
And we're back. 8 minutes remaining here in this contest. 8-point lead for the Trojans. Fort Scott will have to pick up a point a minute if they want to tie this game up at the end of regulation. Gorman takes a mid-range two and gets it to go. Very impressive shot from Abby Gorman. And foul called against McElroy.
Looks like that'll be her third.
So only 27 seconds into this quarter, and already the first foul from Fort Scott. Boatman delivers to Kester, in for two. A nice answer from the Lady Trojans.
It's a good find from Erica and a good way to put the ball in the hoop for Maddie.
Ball leaves back out to the perimeter. McElroy picks up. They work it over to Malone. Inside, Rogers can't get it as it dances out of the rim. Sisney gives off to Arand, who works it down past midcourt. And the pass from Boatman, taken away by Gorman. Over to Cowan, and she didn't get the first, but Gorman will collect on the second. That was a big-time opportunity from Girard, but another turnover turned into two. Sisney back across to Arand. Out to Kester for three. Can't get it. This one tipped out of bounds on Cohen. And the pass over to Kester draws another foul. Malone will be credited with that. Her first. Still a 6-point game here inside of 6 minutes. As Oran works past two defenders. Boatman tries for two. Keller got the rebound, couldn't get her two to fall. Now this one back down the other side of the floor with McElroy. The shot from Rogers won't go. Foul called. And Rogers gets it to go on the and one. Concern here as Maddie Kester is slow to get up. We will go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live. Kester was helped off the floor with the assistance of two of the training staff as Rogers knocks down the free throw. Now only a 3-point game here. Inside pass to Mooneyham. Gets it back out. So I believe it was Mooneyham that came in for Maddie Kester. This pass outside to Sisney is taken away Rayleigh Cohen. McElroy now. They work it to the corner with Gorman. Back across. McElroy looking to drive. Cohen pass inside, back out to McElroy, 13 on the shot clock. Gorman with 8. Finds herself on the perimeter, trying to tie it up. Can't go, and it's rebounded by Boatman. Her pass deflected by Cohen again. Taken away by Rogers. That pass tipped, but into the hands of Malone. Foul called. And almost an and one.
Looks like that'll go against Augie Mooneyham, and that'll be her first foul, team second.
Malone at the line to shoot 2. These are big free throws. As Coach Erlacher is going to want a timeout here. Full timeout as we will take a break and be right back after this.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Malone second. Drops in, makes it a 2-point game. It has been a silent fourth quarter here for the Trojans. No call there as Gorman was almost over the back of, I believe it was Marley Sisney. Keller, her pass deflected out of bounds by Malone. Mooneyham to Sisney, and a block foul called. Against Claire McElroy.
That'll be her fourth.
So Sisney shooting 2. As the first falls. Sisney goes 2 for 2. Big time makes from the line. Back up to 4. Gorman, her pass down low to Malone. Out across to Clark, and now Cohen. Her pass taken away by Mooneyham. Timeout called by Erlacher. A big heads-up play from the Trojans.
I mean, good play by Augie to get on the ball, and then great job by Coach Erlacher to call the timeout and make sure that this team retains possession. So going into the rest of this game, I think your biggest thing is if you can get a score here and just, you can't slow down at all. Now that, I mean, this Fort Scott team, it kind of came up on you like a robber in the night. Now they're only down by 4 after being down by so much the entire game. And so got to be cautious, and now every point matters.
Yeah, it's been a very quick comeback here for Fort Scott, and really, it's a matter of 2 possessions right now. You give the ball up, this can turn into a very, very different game. And this full court press has given the Trojans a couple of problems here in the second half, or at least in the fourth quarter. They work it down, Sisney loses it into the hands of Rogers, and now Clark over to Gorman. Gorman looking to drive the base. This ball tipped out to Clark. Inside pass, Malone takes the 2, won't go. Cohen's attempt, no dice either. And now Boatman all the way down the floor. Gives off Keller to Sisney. Back out to Orand. Boatman looking to drive off the glass and in. Six-point lead. Way to recover after the tough turnover. Some great blocks down low, and then the 2 points to add on as Cohen can't get that 2 to fall. That'll be out of bounds on Mooneyham. So we'll stay with the Tigers, who are pushing the pace of this game right now.
And I mean, the Trojans have done a great job of responding since this game kind of got a little bit more competitive. Just got to make sure they can close it out.
Gorman's 3, no dice. Malone finally gathers the rebound. The pass from Mooneyham off the ground. Jump ball.
And it will head the Trojans' way.
Yeah, back to the Trojans. High intensity here as the inbound gets to Keller. Keller tries to give back to Orand, and it's out of bounds. Gorman, I don't even know if she's taken a seat today. I think Abby Gorman's been in the game the whole time. Clark fires from 3, can't get it to go, and it'll be out of bounds on McElroy. Timeout called by Coach Urlacher as he wants to draw something up to get this ball down the floor in a quick and efficient way, and an effective way nonetheless, as it has been very difficult for this Lady Trojans team to get past the full court press.
And I mean, I think the biggest thing is that if you're able to get past it, working against the clock right now, and if you can get those easy buckets, but you don't want to look for too quick of an opportunity, just trying to drain this clock a little bit with a little over 2 minutes left, up by 6, and so the clock should be your friend coming down to the end of this one.
Here's Keller on the inbound, gets it to Orand. Now she will flip it to Sisney. Sisney hands off to Keller. Over to Boatman for the 3. Cashes in. 9-point lead once again. Under 2 minutes to play. Boatman was calling for it too.
And that might just do it.
Certainly going to make this comeback much tougher on Fort Scott as Malone's shot comes up empty. Orand pass down the floor to Boatman. Boatman will dribble it back out and give it to Sisney. And off to Keller, inside of 90 to play. 20 on the shot clock. Orand draws a foul. This goes against Rayleigh Cohen.
And that'll only be the Tigers' 3rd foul of this 4th quarter.
Inbound from Sisney to Boatman, and Boatman steps across the midcourt line.
And I mean, honestly, I can't blame her. That midcourt line is
tough
hard
to see.
I
agree.
keep thinking it's these volleyball
Yeah.
lines. Just it's tough to.
I'm a little bit in the same boat. Most of the time, you see that midcourt line come up as black or some pretty defined color. It's tough, man. But regardless, playing on the same floor both ways. McElroy dance around the coverage on the perimeter. Rogers' three will not go, and a foul called against Cohen again.
So, a little under a minute left in this game. Up by 9. Trojans just need to take care of the ball, and they should walk out of here with a win.
Oran facing tight coverage from Cohen. Man defense here from the Tigers. 20 seconds separate shot and game clock if you can drain a little bit of this off. As McElroy will actually reset this shot clock and send Sisney to the line.
Looks like that is McElroy's 5th and final foul.
Interesting, because didn't seem necessary at the time. Sisney, also one of few players to be perfect so far tonight from the foul stripe. So if you're gonna choose somebody, I don't think she was the one to choose. I think only her and Oran, well, not anymore, but up until that point, I think her and Oran were the only ones to be perfect from the foul stripe. Three ball goes in for Aubrey Yarrick to try and boost this Fort Scott team to life. 40-47 is the score. What does Coach Steps have drawn up for his team on the Tigers' side? I don't know if there's much you can do.
And I mean, for the Trojans, you just said it before, making sure that you keep possession of the ball and take care of the rock, just making sure that you don't turn it over and give this Fort Scott team a chance in these last 26 seconds.
Well, and not only that, you want to be able to make your free throws. That's going to be a big part of it. I'm assuming if this Tigers team is going to make a push here at the end of the game, they're going to be forcing free throws out of you. So making sure that you're capitalizing from the foul stripe is key. .47-40. Keller scanning, gives off to Sisney. We'll have to get it across midcourt. Sisney does, collides with Hunziker, and now Marley Sisney will be headed to the line. If you're Coach Urlacher, once again, this is good.
I mean, you just have given Marley more opportunities at the line just to grow this league, and that's what she does.
Takes it 8 points up for Girard. This to be a long 3 possessions, and she does it. Rogers finds Yarrick for the 3, can't get it from the same spot, and foul called as Hunziker was taken to the rim with 6.8 seconds to go.
And the Tigers got the foul, but it might be a little bit too late. with about 14 seconds of the clock being taken off during that possession.
First one in for Hunziker. Like you said, Caleb, just too little, too late at this point. It's going to require an absolute miracle here, as Sisney will hang on to this one on the backcourt. That will be it. Girard 49, Fort Scott 41 will conclude this game in a victory for the Trojans. They keep themselves in the win column and give Fort Scott kind of a devastating blow there at the end of their season. We will go ahead and send this straight into the post-game show, brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in town 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Eastside Cafe, a proud supporter of Trojan athletics. Caleb, any ideas for player of the game tonight?
Looking at player of the game, I mean, just one girl that stands out to me tonight would be Erica Boatman. There are three people that led our team in scoring tonight, and that was Kester, Boatman, and Sisney, who all had 12 apiece, but I think Erica did an incredible job of contributing on the offensive side of things, and then she ended the game with about 5 blocks, and so just a dominant force on the defensive side of things as well. And so for me tonight, I'd go with Erica Boatman with just a great game on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Erica Boatman certainly worthy of that with that three-way tie. Got to give credit where it's due, though. Sisney knocking down some big-time free throws at the end of the game, keeping that lead, as well as Kester fighting for her own right. We will hopefully get an update on her soon, as she did leave the game and did not return. I don't have a good view of the bench from where I'm at, so I didn't see if she returned to the bench.
I believe there at the end of the game, she was getting helped off the court by Coach Herlocker, just walking her to the locker room, making sure that she's all right. And so I think just big thing for tomorrow is that we may not see Maddie Kester, and so there's going to be a little bit more of those bench players.
Well, and for this Trojan team, that might be one of those games where if you had to rest your team, Baxter Springs might not be a bad look. But regardless, they're going to need that win. I mean, look, Coach Herlocker stressed the importance of getting the victories down the stretch, and they certainly are important because you have teams like Frontenac and Colgan and Riverton all competing for those top spots, especially Frontenac and Riverton being in the same region, competing for those top spots in the region. So making sure that you're keeping them at bay and trying to just hold your own is very, very important. But with that, Caleb, can you read off the rest of those stats for tonight's contest?
Yep, and so how I had mentioned with some of those points, it looks like Maddie, Erica, and Marley are our leading scorers with 12 points apiece, and then followed behind them is Kennedy and Carson, who both had 5, and then Augie Mooneyham had a 3 early on in that first half, and so decently spread scoring tonight for the Lady Trojans.
Very nice contest. Not a lot of fouling. The only one really in any immediate trouble was Boatman. She was at 4, and I think she collected that one in the 4th, so she kept it pretty clean throughout the duration of the game, was well timed with her fouls, if for lack of a better term. But those, but with that, we will go ahead and basically transition right into the post-game coaches interview brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Post-game, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more at mybankcmb.com. As I did see Erlocker headed in this direction. He may be coming around from a different way.
I see. He's heading up the steps now. He had stopped and talked to Kester's parents.
Probably giving them the update on what her status is. But like we said, probably going to rest tomorrow, and then we will hopefully see her back on Tuesday against Colgan, as we've got Erlacher joining us here. We welcome Coach Erlacher of the girls team to the booth here on Girard Sports Live. Coach, once again, congratulations on the victory. You guys staying strong through the back half of this season and really starting to find your groove. Did you see something tonight that maybe really showed you that this team has some promise going into the postseason?
Yeah, I think I said it on the air. I definitely told the kids that, Fort Scott's one of the toughest places to come and play, and they got a nice team this year, and so you knew it wouldn't be easy. I told them in the locker room after the game, kind of the mark of a champion is you take that other team's best punch, and you keep punching right back. And I think the lead got down to 2 or 3 simultaneously. Erica getting her 4th foul as Maddie got her concussion. Probably, I'm speculating on that. I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to go there. But it was not a great moment for us, and a moment where, with the chips down, that we haven't reacted well all season long. Really, to be just frank and honest, and we did. We called timeout. We talked about it. Hey guys, you stopped attacking and they started attacking you. And so I thought we went back to doing what we're good at. And I thought the defense was there all night. I thought, we battled all night. We gave up hard shots. I felt like we didn't do a great job with the boards in the second half, and that showed, and we gave second opportunities, and that's kind of what led them back in the game. But, all in all, with everything that happened tonight, very, very proud of these girls and this win.
Yeah, we talked about Erica Boatman being the player of the game tonight, having a big amount of blocks. I think we had it at 5 or 6 at the end of the game, and as well as tied for leading scorer with Maddie Kester and Marley Sisney, who got some big-time free throws at the end of the game. Defensively, she's really stepped up her game, especially coming off of that injury. Is there something that you saw that maybe you worked her into, or is that just something she picked up naturally?
No, I'm not. He came in as a freshman, St. Paul, Kansas, and we got a bunch of people in foul trouble. She's a freshman. I didn't think that she's going to play that night. But she played, and she had double-digit rebounds that night. And I knew from that moment he would be special. And she wants, the thing about Eve that's really special is when the game's all on the line, sometimes it's hard to find somebody that wants to go take that shot. He's ready. He's ready and more than willing to take that shot and that pressure. And she hit some big ones. Can't say enough about Marley Sisney. She really rebounded the ball well all game long. Lots of hustle out of her. She had to handle the ball at times. And then, like you said, just ice the game away with those free throws down the stretch. Free throws win games, and that's another area that we haven't always been good in, but we're starting to get better, starting to improve, and that's improving at the right time. I think this is 7 in a row, so very, very proud of the girls.
Yeah, and then last thing here, Coach, the physicality tonight really seemed to be at an all-time high, or really starting to pick up throughout the end of this season. You have players like Marley Sisney willing to drive through the paint and catch some physicality from her opponents, as well as Boatman and Kester, who just seem like that's what they're built to do. They just look the way that they carry the ball, dribble it inside. It's just they're made for it. What have you seen that has really led towards this team being so tough? Or what has it been that's led to this team being so tough and being able to fight through that on the floor?
Oh, well, they've all, the thing they have in common, they've all been playing since they were freshmen. They all of that starting 5 has been out on the court and played a lot of basketball together. We don't shy away from competition. We go in the summertime and we play, in the upper division at Pitt State against 5 and 6A teams and take on everybody that comes. And so when you do that, you don't have you shouldn't have a tremendous amount of fear in anybody, and I don't think this group does. And like I said, the moment can never be too big, and tonight there were lots of big moments, and I thought in each, we passed the test in each one of those situations. Anytime you come, again, to Fort Scott, Kansas, you can bet that it's going to be physical, and most of it's probably not going to get called, and you're just going to have to fight through it. And overall, I thought the kids did that tonight.
Well, once again, Coach, congratulations on the win. You guys have Baxter Springs tomorrow and then Colgan next week to wrap up the season, so looking forward to that. Any last comments you'd like to send off with?
No, just proud of the girls, praying for Maddie, and we just got to keep this going.
Well, thank you once again for joining us here on the post-game show. We look forward to broadcasting those ladies further as we congratulate them on the victory. We will go ahead and send it to a break, and we'll be right back with the boys' post-game show, or pre-game show. Boys' pre-game show.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state farm and ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
So if you look at our customers in the four-state area, it is a very rural market.
Under the direction of Mr. Justin Robinson.
And we are back on Girard Sports Live here for the boys game. It has been an interesting season here for the boys, Caleb. Tell me a little bit about these last couple of weeks and how this is going to play into tonight's contest.
And I mean, these last couple of weeks, this Trojans boys team has kind of been a little bit shaky, a little bit back and forth from the win column and the loss column. Just not really the most, not the best basketball we've seen out of them, but definitely not great luck throughout these last couple of weeks. And we've seen plenty of games from this boys team where they lose by 1 or 2 possessions. And so I was talking to Harrison Burke the other day, actually, and we're talking about how there's a good chance that this team right now is, if I can find the record, this team is, I think, 1 game from splitting the season even. And so, 10-9. And so we were talking the other day that there's a good chance that with just a couple of some of those wins, this team could be 15-4 just over these last couple of weeks. And so not really much of a lucky break, but definitely room for improvement. And so I think the big thing going into this game is just if you can get this win, you're going to continue to be one of the more competitive teams maybe going into that sub-state bracket, and then making sure that you can compete with a team like Fort Scott, which is definitely one of those better 4A schools that you'll see all year.
Well, you had your contest against Frontenac and Riverton. Those were close at a time against Frontenac, especially coming out to that 13-point lead or 14-point lead in the first quarter, and then falling short of them by not just, 1 or 2, but by 11 at the end of the game was just a heartbreaker earlier this week. Riverton, that was a loss. That was close at one point. And what I've said here in the last couple of games that we've seen from the boys is they've had opportunities to take the lead. It's a matter of finding those again and capitalizing on them from here on out. That's what's going to be key to their success.
And I think as long as you capitalize on every single opportunity you have and making sure that you put up good shots and getting good defensive stops, that's what's going to lead this team to a lot of success going into this postseason tournament.
Kegler tries for an early 2 from Fort Scott, won't go. And now it's back the other way for Stevens as they swing it around the arc to Smith. Stevens finds himself on the perimeter, gives off to Brokaw. Buckingham now takes the shot, trying to open this one up, and can't go. It's into the hands of Bryson Davidson. Pass down low, spin move, and fading 2 won't go from Anderson. Kegler now drives again, and that one trickles in for 2. Smith to Brokaw, and now Cullen. Cullen kicks back out to the perimeter. Stevens back inside, and we've got a travel called. Excuse me. Cullen called for the travel. Smith nailed the 3 after the fact. Just to kind of show you what they could have had. Kegler with it. Looking down low, gives it to Williams, and we've got a foul called on the floor. Buckingham. Not a lot of times we see Briggs Buckingham come out with the first foul of the game.
And I mean, most games Briggs is a little bit more reserved in the foul column, and that he will stay pretty clean throughout a lot of these quarters.
Yeah, he keeps himself out there on the perimeter. As Davidson gets another 2 here for Fort Scott. Buckingham over to Cullen, who drives, kick out. Stevens for 3, can't find it. Smith gets the rebound. Brokaw pulls up mid-range, that dribbles out, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Tigers. Couple of good looks there from the Trojans, unable to connect from either of them, but very close.
So for the Trojans, with your extra opportunities here, you definitely want to get something on the scoreboard. You don't want to go down by more than 4 early this on.
Brokaw pulls up from the point, and that falls. Kegler trying to spread out the offense from the interior, and it's out of bounds on the Tigers. Back to the Trojans.
Looks like Harrison Burke will check in for Buckingham pretty early on here in the first.
Schultz. They work it around to Cullen. Far side wing. Schultz at the point. Had a couple of big-time threes in Tuesday's game as Stevens gets fouled.
Tiger foul charged to number 34, Aiden Ogren, his first personal foul.
Aiden Ogren charged with his first foul. Schultz works it over to Cullen, looking for that underneath to Burke. Couldn't get it. 21 on the shot clock as Burke looks to drive through the physicality. Burke strips it back away, and travel called.
Now it looks like Buckingham will check back in and Perrin will take a seat on the bench.
Kegler looking to drive, goes up and over, in for two. Swinging it around the perimeter. Cohen gets the call. Burke for the triple. Little long on that shot. Down the floor with Anderson. Davidson inside. Williams gives off, and Ogren connects on the two. 3-8 score. And Coach Westcott wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. We'll be right back after this.
At Girard Medical Center, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown healthcare team. From family medicine and emergency care to lab services, surgery, imaging, and beyond, we're here when you need us. Compassionate care close to home. To learn more about our high-quality care and everything that we have to offer, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com. A proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh.
5-point lead for the Tigers as Girard looks to cut in with this possession here. Cullen drives to the glass, can't get it to fall. Rebound Ogren down the floor with Davidson. Anderson now over to Kegler. Back out. Kegler works it over. Williams for three. Short on that look as Buckingham weaves his way through the pressure. Schultz. They find Schultz on the inside. Buckingham. Schultz for the three. Long look. Can't go. And it's thrown off of the hip of Anderson to keep with the Trojans.
It was a good save by Jackson to keep it here for the Trojans.
A lot of physicality down low on both sides of the floor and right there as well. Nothing, very few whistles though on both sides. Schultz tries to post up, can't get it to fall over the head of Davidson. Now down the floor as he works it to Kegler. Kegler's shot blocked. But a late foul will be going against Adrian Newton. And Newton a bit surprised with that call. Kind of saw his facial expression there. A couple bodies in on that play. As Kegler knocks down both free throws. 10-3 is the score.
Looks like Stevens will come in for Newton. If you're the Trojans, you would like a bucket here to try to reel things back in before the second quarter.
Schultz, Cullen, and Stevens. Back over to Smith. So keep it on the outside. Now Schultz trying to drive the paint, lays it in. Breaks that scoring drought. Back inside of 2 possessions. Inside pass and good from Aiden Ogren. Stevens. They work it, backdoor cut for Smith. And Jackson Smith answers in time. 1:06 to go here in the first. Kegler over to, new face. Thought that was Williams. That's Kinley, or no, excuse me, Drayden Marlowe.
Looks like the foul will be called on Jackson Smith. That'll be his first.
That one's certainly the more touchy of the fouls that we've seen tonight, or at least in this contest. Armstrong. Anderson now taking the point. 13 seconds separating shot and game clock. As Anderson. Armstrong back to Anderson. Armstrong with 9. Kegler, 5 seconds. Armstrong fires from 3. Can't get it. Rebound Burke. Now down the floor. 10 on the clock here for the first quarter. Buckingham, they work it around. Brocobb pulls the trigger on a 3. Can't get it to go. Armstrong will chuck one up, and it will not have the distance as the buzzer sounds. A 5-point game here in Fort Scott as we take a break, and we will head into quarter number 2. We'll be right back after this.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
And we're back, second quarter of action. Just moments from underway here in Fort Scott on Girard Sports Live. 12-7 is the score. Girard will start off with the ball. A couple of just missed opportunities from this Trojan team that, had they gone a different direction, could be a completely different game.
And I mean, only down by 5 isn't terrible for the Trojan team in the second quarter. Your only thing is you can't let this Fort Scott team get ahead of you and continue to grow this lead.
Well, here's a triple. That ends up short. It was online from Drayden Marlowe. As they come back down the floor, Buckingham's 3 won't fall either. Battle of the perimeter here. Anderson trying to bring about the first. but he does not. Brocobb down the floor, gives off. Smith to Stevens. Colin, Stevens, trying to drive inside. Draws a foul and one. And I said it was a battle of the perimeter. Should say it was a battle of three-point attempts.
I mean,
as Stevens will have a chance here.
With Perrins too, and now he has a chance to tie it up, it looks like, and
I think they're a little off here. Yeah, I've got it at
I have the Trojans
12,
now at 10 points,
yeah. I think they're about 2 off. Let's see if that changes. The guys next to us have them at 12-12. I don't know for sure. Davidson tries for a 3, won't go. Back the other way. As here's Stevens for the 3. Gets it. I am very confused here. I could have swore it was a 5-point game.
That's what I was thinking.
Did they have it? I don't think so. Well, we'll follow the scoreboard for now. And if it changes, we'll keep you posted. This is a loose ball picked up by Davidson. Down the floor, drops in for 2. So Girard's still in the lead by 1 to our understanding. Brocobb goes to the glass and drops in another 2.
So far, I think what the Trojans are doing is definitely working of that. If Fort Scott's continuing to try to shoot it around the perimeter, these Trojans are just getting down low and getting dirty and getting those not easy buckets. I mean, they're working for them, but the buckets down low seem to be falling a lot easier than the 3-ball.
Well, Blake Brocobb says, no, I don't think so. As they do actually change the score there. 18-14 is the score, so they backtrack a little bit to revise that error earlier. But with that, timeout called on the floor. We will go ahead and acknowledge our other timeout sponsor on Girard Sports Live. Salon 214. And now open at 107 North Ozark in Girard. Take a timeout to pamper yourself with Vanessa and her team at Salon 214. And take a timeout to check out Salon 214 on Facebook as well. Four-point lead for Girard as they have gone on a 9-point difference here in this game. I believe it's been an 11-2 run. Only answer was Davidson's fast break 2. Now Armstrong trying to carve into it a little bit. Can't get the 3, but Davidson with the board and putback gets it to fall. Buckingham relays it over Jackson Smith. A high arching 3 does not go. And a foul after the fact here. After the Kegler rebound. It goes against Perrin Stevens, another guy who usually pretty clean. Those 2 perimeter guys not getting very dicey in the foul game.
And I mean, we only have 4 fouls on 4 separate people tonight, so far in this first half, definitely a clean game for the Trojans.
Barlow's 3 won't go. Davidson gets it inside to him and 1.
Basket is good on the play. Trojan foul. Charge to number 4, Jackson Smith. His second personal foul, 17th foul.
18 all now. This free throw, a chance to separate it here. And he does not. Cullen. Cross court to Brocob for the three. Can't go. Rebound Cullen. Kicks out to Stevens. Now the inside pass poked out. Marlowe trying to drive the base. Goes up for two. Can't get it to fall over the head of Jackson Smith. Buckingham now down the floor. Hands off to Smith. Now the relay to Brocob through the physicality and in for two.
Good passing down the court for the Trojans to get the quick layup.
Armstrong, Kegler, and Williams on the perimeter. Williams will pull up. Can't get it to fall. Stevens grabs the board. Brocob, you can tell he's hungry. He wants another one of those threes. As now he's going to dive the paint and draw a foul. Almost an and one there for Blake Brocob.
It looks like after this foul, we will have a triple substitution. Some of those guys coming in will be Newton, Burke, and Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz has been at that scores table for a minute ever since Smith picked up his second. But I think that's who he will be coming in for.
So it looks like both Terrence Stevens and Jackson Smith will come off, and I believe Burke is still at the scores table waiting for this free throw from Brocob.
Brocob gets it to fall, which means he will exit the game. Burke comes on. Fort Scott down the floor. Williams over to Armstrong. Armstrong wheels around. Williams now trying to crash inside. Jump ball called as Newton got his hands on it. Nice heads up play by the Trojans. Inbound, makes its way, and a foul on the floor as Tyler Anderson was trying to drive inside. Newton with a well-timed foul, honestly. That was a break in the defense there for the Trojans. So now Davidson takes it outside the point. Newton and Cullen playing up. You've got Buckingham playing in the base against Kegler. Pass to Williams, goes up and in for two. Burke, Schultz, and Buckingham now pulling up for three.
You got it.
A long dagger. Anderson trying to push his way through physicality, gets fouled.
Looks like that'll be called on Briar Schultz, and that'll be his first, team fourth.
Coach Westcott not happy with the outcome of that. This one off the mark from Anderson. Only draws it to a three-point game. Now down the floor with Stevens. Cullen. Or no, sorry, not Cullen. That's Briar Schultz. Jax Armstrong gets called for a foul for holding underneath. As Burke takes this outside the perimeter. Newton to Schultz. Back over as Newton loses it. Or Schultz, excuse me, loses it. Buckingham will be called for a block foul underneath and one. As Kegler will be shooting one.
That will be Briggs the second.
Kegler knocks down the extra. 24 all. 93 to go here in the second quarter for the first half. Down the floor, Stevens, Schultz, Burke, Brocob, and Cullen on the floor for the Trojans. Stevens drives inside, can't get the first look, tries for a second, and he will be fouled. And something to note here, both teams in bonus now with just over a minute to go. Stevens first comes up short. Marlowe and Ogren come in for Williams and Anderson. Stevens knocks down his second. Gets it back to a Girard lead. And now a shot from Armstrong as he knocks down a three. Brocob for the answer. Can't get it. Trying to silence the crowd with that three. 53 seconds to play in this first half. As driving inside, Armstrong gets another two on top of it. They work it over to Brocob. Burke finds the cut on the inside, and Cullen gets a good answer. Keeps it at 2 points. No more shot clock here. Inside of 15 to play. Stevens guarding Kegler closely. Armstrong gives off to Anderson. Anderson takes a three, or no, that's Davidson. As now Burke will chuck one up, and neither of which go. 2-point game into the second half. Fort Scott leads on Girard Sports Live. We'll be right back after this with the halftime show by GN Bank.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member F.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great. Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Ginny, or Amber in Girard today.
And we're back on the halftime show by GN Bank. GN Bank, they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. And as we take a look back at the first half, Kenara Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kenara Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KenaraEyeCare.com. Got a little bit of a halftime show contest going on here. But Caleb, through the first half of this boys game, this Girard team has been able to put together a couple of leads as well as a couple of deficits. It's been real back and forth.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing in this first half is that this Girard team was able to get out in front or stay up with this Tigers team. I mean, just being able to play with one of these more competitive teams. I was looking at some records during the first part of our halftime break and looking at Fort Scott, I believe they stand split 9-9, and so definitely, I mean, not as good of a record technically as the Trojans, but definitely a more competitive team just as they play off against some of those better 4A schools. And so if you're able to keep up with this Fort Scott team and then just especially having the lead with, I think the Trojans lead being at 4 or 6 at one point, just making sure that you stay up with the team and not falling behind in this third quarter. And the big thing is this third quarter. And so I'm not too worried about the fourth, but in the third is where we've seen the Trojans kind of start to slip a little bit, and that's when teams really start to take advantage and grow the lead. And so the big thing tonight is just making sure that you can keep up with this Fort Scott team in the third and then take over in the fourth.
Yeah, and like you said, for this Trojans team playing against Fort Scott, who is also even on the season, or Girard not quite even, they're a little better than even, but pretty well close. You know, both teams sitting right around that 500 trying to break free here at the end of the season. They're both playing for the same incentive, and this is a team that, you know, both of these squads are staring down at each other saying, you know, we're more capable. Oh no, we're more capable. And So we're seeing that on the scoreboard, that back and forth kind of tennis match-esque scoring where it's like one person drains a 3, now the other one gets a 2 for answer. And then somebody finally breaks free, gets 2 or 3 possessions in a row, and then we see the answer come from the opponent. You know, it's just very, very back and forth. So for this Trojans team, like you said, the third quarter has been the devastator for this squad. And I sure hope that they come out swinging, because for a lot of these teams, you come out of halftime, you're inspired. You know, you've had that coach's speech. Coach has been talking to you, drawing up some game plan, telling you exactly what he wants out of you coming down the wire. And then for the Trojans, you know, it seems like it's almost the opposite, which I know the same is happening in their locker room, but in that third quarter, they just kind of open up the defense. The offense is having trouble getting going. It's almost like you have to restart that motor and kind of oil it back up again, rather than, you know, it's warm now and now it's chugging along.
And I mean, I think the biggest thing that coach is probably going to say at halftime is exactly what you're saying. You can't slow down now. You have to keep going, or else this Fort Scott team is going to take advantage of that, and that's where you're going to lose this game of just falling behind by too much. And so the big thing is that you can't give up in this third and just continue what you've been doing throughout these first 2 quarters.
Well, we will go ahead and take one more break here on the GN Bank halftime show, and we'll be right back with the second half of action after this. Stay tuned on Girard Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state farm and ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
And we're back for the second half of action. We have an update on that Frontenac girls game against Colgan tonight. Caleb, you want to give us the news there?
Yeah, and so looking at that game, it appears that Frontenac had to forfeit that game against the Colgan Panthers, and so I believe, is that a loss on their side of things? So looking at the standings now, Girard, we had talked about how the girls were 6th in the West Franklin region. Now your Girard Trojans are 4th in that, surpassing both Frontenac and Riverton. And so the Raiders are now 14-5, and Riverton matches Girard with a record of 15-5. And so still 2 more games and a possibility for the Trojans to get that 3rd seed if Burlington loses these next 2 games. But as of right now, if they're able to continue that winning streak, the Trojans will go into that sub-state tournament as the 4 seed for the girls' side of things.
That Frontenac girls team not with a lot of bodies to play, so that was something we had been kind of talking about in the pre-game of that Frontenac game as well, just saying, you know, what happens if a couple of them foul out or whatnot. Such a disadvantage for them, but man, that illness, it's going around, I'll tell you what.
There's people that had flu A last week and have flu B this week, so it's bad right now.
Yeah, it's no fun. Please keep yourself sanitized, wash your hands.
It's a big one.
Yeah. Stay healthy, man. Take your vitamin C.
Oranges.
Fort Scott working with the rock now. Up by 2. Davidson drives, drops in another. 31-27 as Buckingham finds himself close side wing, delivers to Brokob. Now he will drive, kick back out. Stevens, Buckingham, Cullen, inside, Smith off the glass. That's uncharacteristic, and that won't go either. 2 very physical 2s from guys who usually excel at those types of shots.
And I mean, both of those guys I was expecting to make on either of those. Just like you were saying, very uncharacteristics for both of those guys.
Anderson to Davidson for the triple. Can't go, rebound Stevens. Brokob finds Buckingham. Smith works it around. Stevens. They work it over to Smith, and now Brokob. Back out to Buckingham, who's trying to find some space between him and Anderson. Cullen now carves his way down the right side, and another one there. Off the glass and out.
And this is what we were talking about at half, is that if you're getting these looks, you need to make sure they're falling, because this is what we've seen before from this team, where the third quarter gets messy, and that's whenever things go south.
Got to find something here early. Anderson steps up, and travel called. Be a big turnover there, as Davidson was winding up a triple. Stevens gives it out to Smith, and now Buckingham, as we've got a player control foul called.
It's like an offensive foul, and I believe it'll be on Brokob as he was trying to plead his case that his feet were set.
Marlowe comes in for Ogren. Kegler over to Williams. Now Marlowe gets it stripped away. Jackson Smith on the steal as Brokob takes to the paint through physicality and nothing.
Just a lid on this basket so far in the third. That seems like a theme that shows up too often for this boys team.
Almost feels like you just got to hang on defensively. Try and buy you some time here as Kegler will toss it up and in. Finds Davidson down at the base. Stevens, Cullen, and now Buckingham. Buckingham pulls up, long two, can't go. Rebound Anderson. Kegler back to Davidson on the arc, and he nails a three. Timeout called by Girard. 4:05 to go. They have not found anything so far here in this third. They've held up pretty sound defensively, though. It's not been too terrible of an outing until those last two possessions.
And I mean, for the Trojans, you just got to score, and we haven't seen any scoring so far, I believe, in this third quarter, and we're almost halfway through it. And so this is something that we had talked about, and I hate to bring it up again, but just if you have these opportunities, and I mean just clean, good opportunities at the rim, you need to make sure that you're capitalizing when given the chance.
We will see what Coach Westcott has in store for us here out of the timeout. Coach Westcott talks about the effort out of these boys a lot, and I mean, these guys showing time and time again that they're out here busting their tails, trying to get the job done. Just a matter of those one or two possessions that you wish you could have back or didn't make maybe the greatest shot choice. Buckingham looking to drive the base. And Anderson will get called for a foul. First team foul for Fort Scott. Stevens gives it to Cullen. Buckingham back around. Stevens pulls up for three, just short. You just wait for that one to break the seal, and big time block. But Buckingham will be called for the foul first.
That'll be Briggs' third foul, and so from one of the guys that we see so often that has just plays such a clean game, he leads the team in fouls tonight, and so something to look out for going into the rest of this game.
Cullen steps out for Burke. And Marlowe gets his second to go. 10-point lead here. Buckingham over to Stevens. Hands off, Schultz driving into the paint. Back out to Stevens. 15 on the shot clock. Smith, hands off. Buckingham drives the paint, draws a foul, and will be headed to the line. First one from Buckingham, short. And the woes continue here. Just need one, man. I feel like once you break the seal, everything starts to come together.
I mean, just something offensively in the third.
Buckingham can't get either. Talk about uncharacteristic. Anderson gives back out to Marlowe, who drives, lays it off the glass, can't get it. Kegler grabs the board and puts up and in for two. Buckingham, inside pass to Burke. Burke gets the two to go.
And there's that first score. But I mean, almost a 6-minute drought for the Trojans.
Kegler over to Armstrong. Back over to Marlowe. And a charge called against Drayden Marlowe.
That's one of the things that we have come to expect from Burke. Getting at least one charge per game called against him.
Harrison Burke knows when to get those feet set. Finds himself in good places as they work it over to Brocobb. Now Stevens looking to work the interior. It's stripped away. Williams over the head of Newton. Up and in for Armstrong. Cullen goes over the top. It's taken away by Williams. Kegler over Armstrong for the three. Can't get it to go. Rebound Burke. Burke now down the floor. Will lose it, and it goes out of bounds.
Just a rough stretch of basketball for the Trojans here in the third. Looking to keep things back to normal in the fourth.
Three from Marlowe is good. Back down the floor for the Trojans. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Drayden Marlowe again. Foul called on the floor. Cullen called for his first foul. As the inbound gets to Armstrong, Williams. Right now only 2 points here in the third. Armstrong dishes it to Kegler inside. It's blocked by Cullen. This one stripped away from Williams. Now back down the floor for the Trojans. 10 seconds. Brocobb from the elbow. Can't go. Smith with a great save. Gets it to Cullen and in for two. Long three ends up in the hands of Schultz, and that will be the buzzer for the end of the third. Headed into the fourth. It is a 13-point lead for the Tigers. We will be right back after this.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Back on Girard Sports Live. 13-point game. Inbound to Davidson, and this is going to be a tall order here for Girard. Got to put together a phenomenal fourth quarter here. Ball gets over to Davidson. Trap defense coming out here in the fourth, and Schultz gets the takeaway. Foul called on Anderson.
So 13 points, like you were saying, the Trojans will need to pull something together here, maybe get a couple of shots from three to fall.
Defense is the most important part of this. Making sure you're keeping the Tigers scoring to a absolute minimum.
Just a miscommunication there to give back the Tigers the ball.
Not what you could afford. Armstrong gives off. Ogren takes to the glass. Can't get it. Schultz with the rebound. Now down the floor. Smith delivers to Cullen. And he can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound. Fouled and one.
I'll take 3 over 2 any day.
Yeah, 100%. That one goes against Ogren. Marlowe comes in for Ogren. Both of them having fairly good games. As Marlowe grabs the board off the miss from Cullen. Marlowe now takes a mid-range two, can't fall. Cullen with the board. Brocob now driving the paint, nearly loses it. Had an open lane, but with the loose ball, is not able to capitalize. Smith. Get it inside to Cullen again. Searching for an avenue. And it's knocked out of bounds by Kegler. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Something to keep in mind here. Schultz, Smith, 6 seconds. Brocob fires, can't find it, and rebound Marlowe. Down the floor with Davidson, facing the trap. Kegler, Armstrong, it's poked. Davidson nearly loses it, but a foul called against Briar Schultz. Burke, Stevens, and Newton all gonna check in.
On Tuesday, this is about the point in the game where we saw some of these guys check in, and we saw a boost in the scoring in the fourth quarter, and so definitely something you'd like to see once again.
Toilet bowl shot there from Dirks Kegler. Stevens, they get a off-ball control foul. Harrison Burke called for it, and now Brocobb will come back in here for Ben Cullen. Get it over to Kegler, who pulls up for a rash two-pointer. I don't know how I feel about that, even with the lead that they've got, 14 points.
It's like a foul on the floor against Briar Schultz.
Well, we've got a timeout called here, full from Fort Scott, as we will step aside for a moment. We'll be right back after this.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Ginny, or Amber in Girard today.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements.
And we're back. 14-point ball game here as Stevens takes it around the perimeter. Finds Schultz on the outside, who drives to the paint and lays in a two.
Briar cut through the paint like a salmon swimming upstream, just smooth and efficient.
This one taken away by Burke. Big turnover here for the Trojans. Newton gets the call down the floor. Schultz gets fouled and one. And it is moments like that, turnovers like that, that can turn a game on its head. Now only a 10-point lead. Schultz with a chance to cut into it further. Could not, but Burke
and he
gets the strip, but gets fouled in the process. That will send Harrison Burke to the line. So now Harrison Burke with 5 fouls from the home team Tigers will get a chance for 2 free throws. First one, Cash. And another. Add it in. 39-47. Got to make a defensive stand here if you're the Trojans. You'd like to be able to pull this one to about 6 points. With 4 minutes remaining. Kegler's pass tapped up. Now fought for. Almost poked out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back up top. Armstrong over to Williams. He drives and in for 2. Give it over. Burke inside. Newton gets the quick 2 on the answer. Back to 8 points. That's what it's going to take, too. Getting a quick bucket on the answer, because this Fort Scott team wants to drain this clock as much as possible.
And you're going to need quick buckets and then good stops on defense. You can't let them keep scoring, or else you're not going to get anywhere in this deficit.
They get it inside to Anderson. This foul is on the floor. So another good timed foul from Adrian Newton.
So that'll be his third, team's third.
Still with a little bit of room there in the foul category. That ball worked to the interior. That's not a shot you want to see go up. And Anderson draws another.
That one, it looks like, beyond Blake Brokaw. That'll be his second, and now the team's fourth.
Anderson knocks down his first. Builds it back to a 9-point lead. And now that actually puts Fort Scott in bonus as well. So no longer much room here for the Trojans, as they are going to have to strike quick and get something going here, especially defensively. Burke works to the inside. No call there.
It's like a triple substitution, bringing back in appears to be Jackson Smith, Ben Cullen, and Briggs Buckingham. Perrin Stevens, Adrian Newton, and Blake Brokaw will all take a seat.
Burke gives it out to Buckingham. Back to Burke, inside Smith. Mid-range two does not fall. Down the floor, Armstrong. Back around to Anderson, who gives off, and a good three there from Marlowe. That one was poked out of bounds by Williams. 2:44 on the clock. Time just ticking away here, and hope slowly dwindling for the Trojans. Burke, his two, no dice. Anderson with the rebound, and this one poked away by Buckingham. Foul called on Armstrong. That will send Burke to the line again. First one in. Second does not follow, but Smith gets the putback. Back to a 10-point game here, 2:30 to play. That's what you needed if you were Girard. Marlowe gives it to Williams. Timeout called by Fort Scott, as it will be a full, so we will take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, Better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better. Better is better at Heidrich's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community.
Back on for Girard Sports Live. Still a 10-point game here. 24 seconds. Stevens gets a quick poke and drops in a 2. Once again, 8-point lead here as this possession will take us inside of 2 minutes. Pass down low to Anderson as he goes up and gets the 2. Smith over to Buckingham. His pass to Cullen. Inside, and Cullen gets another 2. Timeout called by Coach Westcott. We'll keep it here for the time being, Caleb. 1:44 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. 8-point game. It's a tall order, but what is this team going to need to close out this ball game?
I mean, it's still possible, and I think the big thing that this team will need to do is you'll probably have to get a 3 or 2 in there somewhere to just, I mean, you don't have enough time for anything else, but defensive stops are the big thing. And we had said it earlier, and so far the Trojans haven't been able to fully stop this Tiger team just here in the fourth. And so if you're able to completely stop them from scoring, you have a chance to tie this game and possibly win it. I mean, you're only down by 8. So anything's a possibility. 1:44. Just have to play clean offense and good defense.
Clean defense too, as well, as both teams are in bonus. We don't want to send this team to the line and give them a chance at some free points. So keeping everything clean on the floor is going to be important. As Fort Scott works it to midcourt. Marlowe gives off. Davidson, now Williams driving in. Hands off Marlowe. Back out to Williams. And Davidson. Inside, Anderson posts up. Can't get the 2 to fall. There's 1. Cullen over to Stevens for the 3. It's short, but Smith gets the rebound and in for 2. Good read by Jackson Smith to pick up off the missed 3. And great defense on the other side of the floor as well.
I mean, this is where it gets interesting, where you're down by 2 possessions with about a minute, a little over a minute left. And so got to make sure if you're the Trojans, you can either get a quick takeaway or try to get, I mean, this Fort Scott team to shoot a quick shot. You can't let them use too much of that clock, especially if you only have a minute and you still need to have 2 offensive possessions without any points from the Tigers.
Yeah, it's pretty well going to need to be a quick turnover. You'd like a 3, but a bucket works, you know. I mean, I don't know.
And I mean, you have some of those 3-point shooters on the court. You have Briar Schultz, Perrin Stevens, Briggs Buckingham, some of those guys that we've seen make them. And so the big thing is that if you can get a takeaway, I mean, Jackson Smith can make them. Hate to say it, the one person you probably don't want shooting that 3 would be Ben Cullen, but he's on the court for a reason, to get those rebounds and play defense.
Davidson gets it into Kegler. So they will redo the inbound here.
I believe the clock had not started.
Yeah, and neither the shot nor the game clock, which kind of messes up the Trojans here, as they had put together a really good stop there on the front half of the floor. Williams fires across the floor. This one tipped out, and Stevens almost got the save to keep it in bounds. They reset the shot clock there. That is huge.
And I don't think that's a possession where you would reset it.
I didn't think Stevens ever really had possession. Wow, big. That's a big call because that forces the foul game to come into play. There was only 18 seconds left on the shot clock, which would have brought it to maybe 40 at the time. Kegler knocks down his 2 free throws. Got to hit a couple of threes here if you're the Trojans. Buckingham, the man to do the job, can't get it. And Marlowe is fouled by Smith. He'll be added to the line. Man, that kind of put a shake up in the plans, and of course, not all blame goes to that. Most of it to the third quarter effort. I think if you're gonna point at something that brought us to this position.
And I have a feeling that third quarter is what Coach Westcott will talk about in the post-game interview, just a constant in these games where the Trojans are struggling to keep up offensively.
Marlowe goes 2 for 2, and I would say that very well might be it for this game, pending a miracle here from the Trojans. Stevens goes up, can't get the 2, ends up in the hands of Williams, 29 seconds to go, and now Williams to try and make it a 12-point game here.
Like you're saying, I think just a little bit too late for this team, and that third quarter really made an impact for the result of this one.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly accelerated here in the fourth, especially as of late. And you think about, having 6 more points, what that could have done there in the third. A couple of those buckets fall, and the difference makers.
I mean, you're saying 6 more points. This team was down by 6 there.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Game would have been tied with a lot more hope than what we ended up having.
Well, and then the free throws. I mean, completely different game at that point. You don't foul. You don't put them at the line. Rebound goes to the Tigers. They get fouled. That is Aiden Ogren headed to the line. Harrison Burke collects his second. So this Trojan team staring down the barrel of a 10-10 record, coming to the close of the season. 2 games left to try and get themselves in winning shape, or with a winning record at the end of the season. As Smith tries for the three. Brokaw puts back up for two. Gets it to go. 11 points now. As they will take it across midcourt. Last to touch it will be Leighton Johnson. And that will be it. 63-52 is the final score of this contest. Dare I say, another heartbreaker here in Fort Scott.
And I mean, that's kind of what it seems like a lot of recently, of just some tough games to watch and tough games just to lose for the Trojans. But not a great stretch of basketball for the Girard Trojans.
We will send it to the post-game show as the Trojans advance to 10-10. Tigers to 10-9. So with a slightly better record now as we come down this final stretch of the season. Every point matters, man, and that's the way it's been. It's been every point matters for this Trojan squad, and they just can't seem to put together those third quarter pushes. And it's been very, like you said, kind of tough to watch. Just hard to see teams go down like that. But as we bring it to the post-game show, brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in town 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Eastside Cafe, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Caleb, do you have a shot of the game brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair?
I think the shot of the game that really got this Trojans team back scoring there in the second was a two from Jackson Smith that got the team back in the scoring column, even though it was late there in the second half. But I think that was the thing that really got this team back scoring, and without that, I mean, there's a chance that we would not have seen much scoring after that in the rest of the second half.
Jackson Smith with the shot of the game. Brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. So Jackson Smith credited with that, and it has been a tough season. Going forward, this team has Baxter Springs tomorrow, as well as Colgan next Tuesday. So those will be two games here on Girard Sports Live to keep an eye out for, as we will wrap up the post-game show and send it to a break before post-game coaches interview by Community National Bank and Trust. Serving the area for 30 years, stop in soon to get your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. We'll be right back with Coach Wes Scott.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home, and a loving, caring, experienced staff That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community, promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health, and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400. Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state farm and ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
We are here with the post-game coaches interview with Coach Westcott of the boys team. Coach had a chance there at the end of the fourth quarter. You guys really put up a fight, but unfortunately coming up short. Can you kind of break down the game for us here?
Well, the story for us tonight was we missed a bunch of bunnies 5 foot in that if we finish those, it's a different game, and we had some bad turnovers that if we don't have those, it's a different game. You know, it's just those little things throughout the game, and I was more pleased tonight. I thought we showed some grit and fought hard. You know, we battled. We didn't play as tentative as what we did the other night, so that was good to see. Thought Breyer played well coming off the bench for us tonight, gave us some really good minutes, and just scrappy and played hard. So that was good to see. We got to keep getting better. I mean, you know, it's winding down, but the season is not over. We still have a lot of room for improvement, and I've been telling you guys, we're so close. We're so close to getting over that hump, but we've got to be consistent. When we get those looks inside, we got to finish them. Still frustrated at times. We're not probably defensively doing what we need to do all the time. They're good in the paint. They get to the paint, they score. All their guys can score there. They got 2 guys that are very good from outside the paint. I don't know what they had tonight, but those 2 can both score it. And, we got to just keep getting better, keep plugging along. We got to turn right around. There's no rest. We got to get our legs under us and get ready to go against a team that knows us extremely well and that we will both match up pretty evenly with. So be a tough one again tomorrow night. We got to go on the road down there, and it's always a tough place to play. So we'll get our legs under us and get to rest and get back after it again tomorrow.
Yeah, bounce back opportunity tomorrow with Baxter Springs as well as Colgan to finish off the season, coming down this final stretch. I think I asked you this on Tuesday, but is there anything that you're really looking to just kind of nail down here on these last 2 games of the regular season?
Well, at this point of the year, you're not putting a lot in. You've got to make sure you're doing the little things right, and it's something that we continue to work on every day. We will not get to work on them between our next game, obviously, but we just got to keep getting better. The kids are talking with each other. I thought we came together better tonight than what we did Tuesday night. I thought the guys are figuring some things out. I hear some good talk from them. So that's good. Just got to keep plugging along. I mean, it's, the season's still in front of us. It'll be a new season here a week from today. It's do or die. So it'll be a new season. What are we, 500 now? So hopefully we can come out on top here down the stretch. But, everything's still in front of us. So we'll get back after it and see what happens.
Yeah, you talk about coming together pretty well tonight. I noticed a lot of the some guys coming off the bench and fitting right in with that 5-man squad with some of the starters as well as vice versa. Just being able to work with that synergy of all your players, no matter who's on the floor and who's on the bench. Is that something that you guys are working on, or is that just something that this team has developed naturally throughout the season?
The longer we play together, the more that's going to happen. I mean, chemistry is a lot, and, guys start to figure out who does what well and from where, and guys are still figuring out what they do well themselves. Sometimes they have to be reminded of that. So that's where we're at right now, but we're growing, we're learning, and, got some good things to look forward to, but we still got a little bit of season left in front of us, and hopefully we finish on a high note.
Well, Coach, once again, thank you for taking your time up here on Girard Sports Live in the booth. Anything going into tomorrow that you'd like to say?
I'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll see how it goes.
Best of luck against Baxter Springs and the rest of the season as well, and then, of course, into the postseason. So good luck. Stay healthy. Once again, that is it for us here on Girard Sports Live. So we will go ahead and sign off here from me, Caleb, and Sarah, and the rest of the Varsity Sports Live production crew. We say thank you for watching and have a great night.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.